I lost everything. I had to sell my car to somebody around the corner. I saw my car being driven every day. Takes. I would see my car passing by, and I would just look down in shame. I came to South Africa to look for a job. I was digging trenches. I was on the side of the road. Even when Tambira Jehovah was playing, Tambira Jehovah, cars would pass by. Ichokwadi, cars would pass by, and I would be on the side of the road digging
No.
trench.
This is a Joyous Celebration.
Yeah. But remember, Joyous would pay us per gig.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like a monthly stipend.
It wasn't. And there are months where there would be concerts, and then maybe it's cancelled or something like that. Yes. And that's before you are a solo artist, before the private bookings come in. Because, in all honesty, private bookings are where the bulk of the money comes in. That's one thing that really needs to be addressed especially, I will even bring it closer to home. The governments of South Africa and Zimbabwe really have to find a humane way of dealing with the border situation. That recording that people see without LED screens, which I couldn't afford because they were $100,000 rand. Sorry, I'm speaking in dollars. That's what I'm used to now.
That's what he's used to now. Our ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much once again for joining us on the GRP podcast. Today I've got a superstar, an international act. I did tell you that the GRP podcast is going international, and today we are indeed going international. I've got a brother here, but before we go there, please don't forget to like and subscribe and love our content and our material, especially on TikTok. TikTok is showing us that our people are actually there for us. So please do keep on supporting us and support our gospel artists. We do this for them, and most importantly, we do it for you. Without any further ado, I'm with I'm not sure if he's a Mkomana or Muningina, but we look like we're the same age. So I'll just say Mukoma. Mukoma, Zuri say.
Zuri Mamuka Takamuka. Hedu. My Shona is really not that great, but I try.
No, I know. Pela Bulawayo is for Ndebelens.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But you sing it well.
We praise God.
Are you well, my brother?
I'm well.
Oh my word! I'm so happy that you're here. Mkhululi Bhebhe, they call you MK, ne?
They call me MK.
Is that back at home?
Yeah. So, without going too deep into this, but MK is a what do they call it, a pseudonym or whatever?
Yeah.
It's an alias that was developed when I was doing this other talent search show in film. So they were like, MK. People just started chanting MK. So that's how the
really?
MK
I thought MK was just your Mkhululi MK. So that's where it came from there?
It came from there.
Okay.
Because remember, Mkhululi is a Ndebele name, and I was, Zimbabwe has got so many different people languages and stuff. So MK was simple for everybody.
Yeah, I know. Because when I saw when I heard you sing, Shona, I was convinced. I was like, no man, this one is, Churumans. That's I didn't think that you are from Bulawayo.
The fact that you know all those places humbles me completely,
My brother, we are well traveled.
Oh, yeah. We praise God.
But not like you, it's just in Africa. But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
So for people who don't know, how I met Mkhululi Bhebhe is Sabu introduced us.
Yes.
You were doing a DVD recording.
2017.
And you've always, I think you've been wondering, why does this guy keep checking on me on your birthday? Happy birthday.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy? So I'm going to tell you a short story. Then.
Please do.
So when Sabu called me and he said, Mkhululi needs lighting for your DVD, the one that you did at the church.
Perfecting Church.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I confirmed. And I said, okay, fine. And then we talked about money. And I did something I never do. He said, no, can I pay you 50% after? I'm like, I don't know this guy. But something, with some people you just connect with. I said, okay, my brother, as long as you promise that you'll pay afterwards.
I remember you said it. Yeah.
Yes. I said, my brother, it's fine. But what you don't know is when we were supposed to set up, my aunt passed away. My favorite aunt. She's like a mother to me. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to get somebody who can replace me. I can't. I thought of canceling with you. But empathy took place, and I realized this man has put a lot. I know what goes into a DVD, you know. Lighting is just the sprinkle on the top. Rehearsals, how much money you spent. And I said, hey, man, I can't. So I came and did the DVD. I couldn't even go home to go mourn with the family because I was committed. So we went and set up there, and then we did the DVD. And after the DVD, immediately I left. You didn't see me.
I didn't see you, yeah.
And I had to go to attend to my aunt's funeral. It was a tough time in my life when I did the DVD. That's why it's so dear to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I met a brother, a sincere brother. I remember you said you would pay me. And I remember Sabu asked me, so did he pay you? I said, no. And then Sabu called you. Then you called, my brother, but why did you tell Sabu? I said, but I thought you ran. No, I didn't run. I'll pay you. Then after that, I left it. Next thing you paid, I said, hey, this man is
No. I'm glad that you've actually touched on that. First of all, sorry about your aunt. I mean, it's been years, but I know loss is loss, man.
Loss is loss, 100%, yeah.
And those people, we grow up in their care. They take care of us. We love them.
Correct.
And when they get taken away from us, it's like, you know, like a rug that has just been pulled out of our, from underneath our feet, and we're destabilized. So I'm sorry about that. And thank you for the sacrifice. I didn't know that you invested so much into the DVD. Honestly, as with all other service providers, I expected your service to be a service, you know? I expected you to just, like, it was a transactional thing.
Correct.
Like, okay, you bring me money, I give you this. I didn't know that so many things were at play during that time. And I'm glad you even touched on the issue of payment. In my entire life, I am always guided by integrity. If I promise, my word is my bond. Even with many churches that have booked me, I don't even sign contracts. Because a contract can be breached. I've signed contracts and people have still not paid me. So a piece of paper doesn't mean anything. The real contract is in the heart. So if I commit and say, brother, help me out, I will pay. And I do pay. I'm glad you've said that in front of the cameras. So I pay my debts in full.
No, he paid me in full, and after that I never followed you. I saw you paid. I was like, wow.
Amen.
But my brother, that's how we, in short, how we met. So Sabu has obviously connected everyone in the industry. But I'm glad he connected me to you.
Good praise God.
So, but before we go to your music, I want to go back to where you come from. You come from a town, a very popular town in Zimbabwe called Bulawayo.
Yes, a city. Yes.
It's a,
we are a city. Yes.
So I'm confused. Are you from Emakhandeni or are you from
Old Pumula?
Old Pumula.
Okay. So
I know they're not far from each other, but
they are not far from each other. So this is how the thing happened. Because this thing actually caused an uproar. In my early years, as I began to rise a little bit, you know, in fame and began to experience the favor of God. I was born and bred in Pumula, Old Pumula. I went to a primary school called St. Bernard's Primary School, which is in Old Pumula. It's one of the oldest primary schools and one of the best, in my opinion, primary schools in Pumula, Old Pumula. So my entire childhood life was spent in Pumula. So now what happened is, when I started working, on my first year of working after high school and stuff, I then moved and stayed with my mom in Emakhandeni. So when I started singing, it confused me as well, because when somebody asks you, where are you from? You're like, I'm from Emakhandeni, because that's where I live.
And then
But then I'm actually from old Phumula.
They
so
also want to claim you.
They also want to claim me, and rightfully so.
100%.
Because those are the people who saw me grow up on the street, you know,
Sulama
Sulamafinyela, you know. Those are the people who raised me. So they felt a bit betrayed by that. But I even up to now, I still don't know how to balance that act. So in other interviews, I just say, I'm from Old Phumula. In other interviews, I say, I'm from Makandeni.
So Old Phumula is where your grandmother is?
That's where my granny is.
In Makandeni, that's where your mom is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now we've cleared that apart.
Yeah.
And in that area, there's a place I love. Because I heard the song, I was interested in finding it. Not so far from you. Wamziligas.
Ah!
You know, Japanese did that song. Dangerous.
Yes.
So when we passed there, I wanted guys show me where Wamziligas, because I heard.
You know, come on, just get citizenship for Zimbabwe already, because you're part of us. Honestly, Mziligazi, you can't mention Bulawayo without mentioning townships like Mziligazi, Makokoba. Did they show you Makokoba?
They mentioned it, but I didn't really
You
see
have to see Makokoba. There's a place as well called Nguboyenja, you know. It's all en route. It's all en route to Emakandeni, where I stay, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you know that place, but you shocked me.
No, but here's the thing. I told the guys, we've been driving because we went through Botswana.
Yeah.
Then we went to use the Plum Tree
that one.
toll gate.
Yeah.
And they were speaking Ndebele there.
Yes.
I was like, ooh, because I can speak Zulu.
Yeah, so
could
you
convince.
could
I was
relate.
like, okay, we're going to be cool here. And I told them, guys, we have to sleep in Bulaba. Why? Where those guys was thinking of going to Kadoma home. And they just refused. So we went past. I wanted to spend the night there and hopefully a day there. But people, you know, when the people from Zim, they want to go home.
They want to go. When we want to go,
they're unstoppable. And so you grew up predominantly with your grandmother, right?
Yes.
And you said I heard somewhere that you guys were 20 people in the house.
20 is an understatement. 20 was just an estimate, because I'm sure.
So there's more.
Yeah, I'm sure more or less, but I'm sure I speak for many African families. It wasn't a bad thing at the time, because
we didn't know better.
Yeah, we didn't know better. So you'd find there was my mom there. My mom had 6 children who were all living there. So that's my mom there. There was my uncles, my aunts who also had their families. Some of them also had their wives living there, you know. So it was a big extended family.
Yes.
To such a point that there was a time when they used to cook. I think there were 13 children. 13 children and several adults, about 10 or 12 adults at that point.
Yes.
You know, they would cook in 2 pots. Like for pap, for sadza, they would use 2 pots. Wow. 2 pots. There were 2 tables. One table, they would line up all the plates of the adults, and the other table, they would line up all the plates of the children. And we knew our plates by color. Yeah. We knew them by color. So no one would pick your plate. It wasn't random. You knew your exact plate. So, yeah.
Wow, and all of you guys were fed?
All of us were fed. Oh, you know, I was writing a statement on my Facebook page the other day that we are so good at celebrating heroes from out there. But I know of a few real life heroes.
Yeah.
The women that raised me. I'm talking about my grandmother, my maternal grandmother.
100%.
I'm talking about, because I grew up in my maternal side of the family.
Like a lot of us.
Yeah. My aunties, you know, my mom herself. Those women worked. We were fed every day. We got 3 meals a day. It might not have been what we would have wanted to eat.
100%.
But we did get something to eat.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you understand hardship.
Yeah.
You understand hardship.
Yeah, I do.
We'll go back to that one.
Yeah.
Right now, I want to talk to you about a very sensitive topic to me. Obviously, you moved to South Africa 2009.
2009.
When you were joining Joyous Celebration,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But before we get to the music, and it's something that breaks my heart. And when I see it, and I see how, as Africans, we're fighting amongst ourselves. And that thing breaks my heart,
Yeah.
because we are saying we are fighting the colonial system, but we're still here and we're still fighting each other. And I feel like Africa should be one, should be one. And I don't think people understand, if Africa was one and was stronger, the possibilities.
Yeah.
It's bad. Like I told you, we drove to Zimbabwe. When we go to the border, the hassle you get there.
Yeah.
I'm your brother.
I'm your brother.
What is this? No, take out this, we want to search you. I'm like, guys, so if I wanted to bring medication from here to there, I must not declare it, but somebody needs it,
Yeah.
They even food.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, this you can't bring.
Yeah.
I said, but somebody needs this in there. So what's your view on Africa being so divided?
My brother, thank you for this question. Those are questions I usually shy away from. Thank you for really digging deep and asking these really intelligent questions, honestly. Bruh, I've traveled a lot. I've had the privilege of traveling from Africa to other continents, but also traveling between countries in Africa. 100%. And I will tell you that I face more hassle when I travel between African countries than I face when I travel to Europe or to the US.
Correct.
Those guys, yes, they are strict. When you get there, they are strict. They're serious. They are not joking with you. But they will stamp your passport. They don't play games. As long as your paperwork is in order, you get in.
No problem.
But in Africa, my brother, we are such a divided continent, and I do echo your same sentiments. We would be more effective, especially in the body of Christ. We would serve, we would be far much more powerful if we recognize the fact that we are one. And it doesn't only start with the individuals of that particular country you are visiting. It all starts at the border. I'm glad you mentioned the border, that when you got to the border, they were stripping you naked, basically, for a lack of a better term. And you're asking yourself, but why?
Correct.
I'm just a brother. We speak the same language. Yes, not word for word, but we understand each other.
Correct.
We don't have to use English as a medium. I can speak in my Zulu or whatever, and you speak to me in your Ndebele, and we understand each other. Same here. When I get to the border, you begin to feel like an alien. There are some who are nice, because individuals are different. There are some who are nice. Some will greet you. Some you greet, they keep quiet. Some they want to get rid of you very quickly. Some they want you to stay a bit longer. Some are engaging. Some are not engaging. And I just wish we could do so much better as Africa. We really ought to be ashamed of ourselves.
We should. And the sad part is, it happens to, I'll say, to the less privileged. I don't want to say the poor.
Yeah.
When you drive to the border, it's a hassle.
Yeah.
But when you fly, it's easier.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Like, when you fly, they're like, hi. Okay, good.
But
you can't.
The border, you stand in queues, you stay there.
For hours.
People have income, they sell food even there.
Yeah.
Because they know you sit there.
Yeah. That's one thing that really needs to be addressed especially, I will even bring it closer to home. The governments of South Africa and Zimbabwe really have to find a humane way of dealing with the border situation. 100%. I have traveled through the border by bus. I have traveled through the border by Abomalaisha. I have traveled through the border in my own vehicle. So I know the hassles.
Correct.
All of it stresses me out every time I have to cross the border.
100%.
Whether I'm coming into South Africa or going out. So there has to be a humane way. This thing of talking and not making any action is terrible. They know what is going on there.
Correct.
They know.
And it's possible, because Botswana border, no problem.
Yeah. They know. They gotta sort it out.
They need to sort it out.
Yeah.
Because the Botswana border is effortless.
Yeah.
Go.
You're gone.
So it needs to be solved. Now, one thing that's like a dagger in my heart, and I don't get it. I don't get why we have it. Xenophobia.
Yeah.
So you came to South Africa to obviously pursue a better path.
Yeah.
And then you got here, and South Africans dance your music.
Yeah.
we love you.
Yeah.
But we still have South Africans who think people from Zimbabwe or neighboring countries are enemies.
Yeah.
And they kill and they treat them badly. I saw when I was driving to Zim, especially if you go via Messina, like it's literally a fence. You can see this, and people speak the same language.
Yeah.
And then we still treat each other like this. It's so sad for me. And you get organizations like Operation Dudula. In Alexandra, they killed a Zimbabwean man. And it was even mistaken identity. And I was shattered. I was like, what? These people are our brothers, you know? But you still need to go on stage and entertain us. What's your view?
Not
on
even
that?
entertaining, my bruh. Entertaining is another thing, but I still need to go on that altar and minister to you. I still need to go on that altar and minister. I know a lot of people will justify xenophobia. They will justify it. They will say, okay, but we're only after people without any papers or whatever. But I mean, like killing somebody.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
See, if they
if you really wanted to help somebody, why not catch them?
Take them to the police.
Take them to the police. For example, the gentleman who was burnt alive as well. Was it Cosmo City or somewhere there?
It was also
Diepsloot.
In Diepsloot, yes.
Diepsloot.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
even in Alex.
if you want to help somebody, you're saying you are not xenophobic, yes, but take them to the police.
If you feel there was an injustice.
Yeah.
And
I don't mind people reclaiming what they feel is being stolen. I don't mind that. Everybody has a right to fight for their right and what they believe in. But I mean, come on, like, are we gonna kill each other now? Like,
Exactly.
what are we reducing ourselves to? You know, what are we reducing ourselves to? We've got people, foreigners. Every country has got foreigners. We've got foreigners in the United Kingdom. I have been hosted by amazing South Africans in New Zealand. Because when you get to those parts of the world, there's no Zimbabwe, there's no South Africa. It's African. I have been received by Zambians, I've been received by Congolese. When you're out there, that's where you realize the true value of being an African and Africa being one entity. You know? So it's so unfortunate that you speak the way you speak because you have integrated, you have traveled, you have seen other places, you have seen other nations, you've seen how people treat each other there, you've seen how people treat you there, you've seen how the general public receives you in all those countries. So you have traveled. But a lot of our brothers and sisters have not traveled to other places. Abagaze bahambe. So as long as you are in your comfort zone, you will always have this perception.
100%.
But if you travel out there, you will see the value of living together with Abantu.
100%.
The true sense of Ubuntu. Yeah.
Mm.
That's all I have to say. I don't even post about this topic on my social pages because it breaks my heart. And I know it won't even change anything. It doesn't even change anything. Because the people who are spearheading the killing, I am after the killing, who are spearheading the killing of their brothers and sisters, most of them are not even on social media. When I write on my social media page, I'm addressing you.
Exactly.
You who is not xenophobic. Mm. But the one who is xenophobic is not even there.
Ooh. Sure. Now, talking about the killing.
Yeah.
So, we clearly have blood on our hands as South Africans. And look, doesn't matter how we look at it, it's been reported. I know you're a Christian man. Mm. Do you feel, as South Africans, we need to have a cleansing ceremony of some sort? Because having blood of your brother in your hands, I believe it's a curse of some sort. So, what's your thought around it?
I decline to comment on that one. I decline to comment on that one. All I can say is we need prayer.
Yeah.
We need unity
Yeah.
as Africa. We need to stop thinking of each other as threats. Yes, we do need effective border control because every country has got a right to defend its borders. But I mean, there's always a humane way of doing things. There's always a Christian way of doing things. Before you do something, you gotta ask yourself, okay, will this take me to heaven? Will this action in particular take me to heaven? Is it pleasing in the sight of the Lord?
Correct.
I speak as a Christian. There's angry people out there for different reasons. And I don't want to invalidate, to cancel out what they are feeling, their emotions,
Correct.
their hatred, their anger.
Yeah.
But before you do anything as an individual, you gotta ask yourself this very fundamental question: is this pleasing in the sight of God? When I go to church, because a lot of us go to church on Sunday.
85% of South Africans are Christian.
A lot of us go to church. A lot of us are in home cells. We give, we tithe, we do everything according to the constitution of heaven, which is the Bible.
100%.
So, by killing my brother, am I doing something that is pleasing in the sight of the Lord? That is
And
all
if you go to, I know you decline to comment, but if you go to the Bible, the blood speaks, eh?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying cleansing ceremony, because I'm deriving it from there. Because the blood speaks, because something needs to be done, because we can't continue like this.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad you decided. I'm not glad. I wish you had commented on it. But my closing part on this is, we've got people, South Africans, saying Zimbabweans steal our job.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if every Zimbabwean leave now, job problems will not be solved in South Africa. I can tell you now. If you left Joyous, no South African came and sang Shona songs there. So I don't see how. Actually, if Zimbabweans leave, no one will fix my geyser. No one will fix will change my tire. No one will look after my kids. So Zimbabweans are raising our kids in South Africa, and people don't see it.
You know what, brother? I really do my best not to delve too much into this matter, because I am quite conflicted. I am all for people protecting themselves. I'm all for people expressing their opinions. But I'm not for people brutalizing their brothers and sisters.
100%.
Because in as far as the God that I serve is concerned, that doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem right. Like, no matter which angle you look at it from, it doesn't seem right.
It's inhumane.
So I'm not invalidating everybody's concerns and everybody. And there gotta be somebody to blame. Whenever things are not working in a society, blame has to be apportioned somewhere.
100%.
And it's unfortunate that in this particular case, the blame has been squarely apportioned to the Zimbabwean child. But it's okay, be that as it may. Let everybody do what is pleasing to them, and let them do what they feel they will account for in the sight of the Lord. But when all is said and done, I invite everybody to come back and have a conversation.
100%.
After every Zimbabwean has been deported, after everybody has been killed, we go back to the drawing board and see if our problems have been solved.
100%.
Because I doubt that that will solve the problems. It will not stop load shedding from coming.
Exactly.
It will not stop prices from skyrocketing in the shops. But anyway, I'm not a politician. I'm just a child of God. I'm a gospel singer. I'm not even a pastor. I'm a child of God, and I speak things according to how I feel. And I know there may be different opinions out there, but I speak from my heart, and this is what my heart is saying. So if anybody else has a different opinion, it's okay, it's invited.
Do you know what's beautiful about this? Deep down, I can hear you want to talk, but you are reserved. But I respect that as well, because, we've got different journeys, but I hear your cry. I've heard it before you said it. But you said something beautiful. You're a child of God. And what people don't know about you is, before you became a Mzalwan, you started at a mainline church. I want to know what denomination that was.
Okay, so I have had the honor. I went to St. Bernard's Primary School, which was a Catholic school. So, but my granny's church, UCCSA, where they wear the white blouses, the black skirts, and their white hats that are designed in a particular way. You know, you can't replicate that design.
You can't replicate. I saw people dressed like that in there's a place in Churumans. They call it. I'll remember the place, but they've got nuns and.
Oh yeah.
But they were dressed similar to that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were nuns, but that's how they dressed. Yeah.
I grew up in that particular church. That's where I was baptized, in my granny's church. But, you know, as you're growing up, as you're still a little baby, I didn't have any understanding of who Jesus Christ is. I just knew God as this guy that everybody fears, you know? Like, if you speak ill of somebody, if you talk back to your elders, to your parents, that man will not be very pleased with you and you'll be punished. He's got this very big whip that he uses to whip everybody who falls out of line. So that's where I was baptized. And then I went to St. Bernard's Primary School, which was Catholic. I went to David Livingstone, which is Presbyterian. And I went to a high school that was a product of the Anglican Church. But when I came to, when I realized who Jesus was, I made a decision to go to a church that my uncles used to go to. It was one of those churches, the noisy churches, you know, because coming from a mainline church, you're branded as noisy that side, where they would play a makatari and stuff like that. So I went for a crusade. How this happened is I went for a crusade. It was in Old Pumula at the hall. So my uncle and his wife took everybody. I fell in love with the music there. I connected. I was like, wow. As they continued singing, it wasn't anything amazing. But as they continued singing, I saw myself. I was like, that is what I want to do.
Of course, because you started singing in primary school. So not formalized. Of course,
I'm like, I love singing. So. And these people are singing in mics, and it wasn't like your R&B music where somebody's sitting at a chair there just singing like this without a mic, lip singing and stuff. It was actual singing. Like, that is what I want to do. So that is how I came to go to the Family of God Church, and that is where my music journey was birthed.
That's where you were born again.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes.
And then did you ended up obviously joining the worship team? And
ended up joining. So this was so funny because after visiting the church for that crusade, I went for a few years without knowing exactly what to do with myself. And also the fact that the church was in the city center. And you needed an adult to go with you to the city center. You needed money to commute to the city center. So there was a lot of dynamics that kind of hindered me going there to fellowship with them, permanently. But then when I started working just after high school, or even in the high school years, I remember I used to ask for money from my mom, who still remains the rock of my life. God rest her soul. Like, she really made an impact in my life. She would give me her last money. Together with my little brother, we go there. We had joined an a cappella group there. You know, we would just sing according to the CD, a cappella company, vocal union. Those were our groups. Those were our go-to groups. We would replicate their songs, sing them in church, and then we were forced to join the praise and worship team. And then it just grew from there.
Oh wow! So the music in Zimbabwe, is it rich music, or is it, because I know your choruses, but there's other people like Pastor Lungindala. He sang a song Simudzama Onkwa. I was like, okay, because before that I thought Zimbabwean music is fast music, because you came, it was upbeat, you know. it was. I never heard a laid back.
Yeah.
Shona or Zimbabwean music that's laid back. If you listen to Chitekete,
Chitekete, Leonard Dembo.
Yes.
One of the greatest of all time.
If you yes, and I saw his. They showed me where he was buried in Chirumanzu. So it was the first time. Yes, Oliver Mduguti did it a bit, but gospel.
Yeah.
It was the first time I heard you play. But I know there's brilliant musicians.
Yeah.
In Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
There's a what's his name? Tatenda. What's his name? That guy, he sings and he plays a keyboard.
Tatenda Gurupira.
Yes.
That guy.
Man.
I mean, I will go on record as saying that guy is mad. That guy is a musical genius. Like, he is a national treasure.
Oh.
He is a national treasure. And, not to downplay anything that he's doing, but there's so many talented, extremely talented Zimbabweans that are operating under the radar because opportunities are not as plentiful in Zimbabwe. Yes, every country has got its struggles, but the reason why my name blew up the way that it blew up is because I found a platform in South Africa. Because South Africa actually has a thriving music industry, believe it or not. One of the few African countries with a thriving gospel music industry.
Sure. So, you guys are extreme. That guy, I've been watching his. He was in South Africa. I invited him to the podcast, but I think when we spoke, he'd already left.
Yeah, okay.
So that guy, and then you get what is Zama?
Take Sure.
Take Sure, Zama.
What a worshiper.
What a worshiper. His genuineness to the craft. And I'm thinking, the music that side is, we just don't know about it.
I will be honest with you.
Yeah.
Zimbabwean music is really rich. It's extremely rich, and I am so privileged and honored to have been born in such a place with such a beautiful, rich, concoction of music, if I may put it like that. Rich culture, rich music. But having traveled to different parts of the world, there's a song that I also sang in my DVD that says When you get to know those songs, when you travel, you will get to appreciate the depth of music in all those countries. Believe it or not, the music here in South Africa, what you guys are so used to, that is the music that motivated us in Zimbabwe. When we listened to Joyous Celebration, when we listened to the likes of Bishop Benjamin Dube, before he was called Bishop, that music, it ministered to us.
And I don't know
it spoke to us. It was deep.
Yes, and Rebecca Malope was
huge. She was a household name.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a familiarity that goes by. If you go to Zimbabweans, you ask them about their music, you'll find that quite a number of them prefer foreign music. They prefer South African music. That's why they will choose to hire South African artists to go and entertain in Zimbabwe. And vice versa. South Africans will import Zimbabwe.
We want something new. We want something.
Something new is always good.
So are there no big record companies that side? Because like Oliver Mtuguti, fine, stay this side. But you still get your job praisers. And then Lambert, what's his name? The guy who sang Chitekete.
Leonard Dembo.
Leonard Dembo. Their music is big even in Zimbabwe. People don't know. Leonard Dembo, that song Chitekete is 14 minutes. And Zimbabweans love it. They'll dance and even ask for encore. I DJ'd at a Zimbabwean wedding. No, that one. They still love it. So clearly there's an interest in music. And they're getting booked. They're getting about Japanese. I don't even talk about them. Those guys are busy. So what's the issue then?
Your question, I clung on to the first question that you asked, Uti. Is there no big music recording company there? There used to be ZMC. ZMC was the biggest music company in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
You
went to audition there once upon a time.
No.
Before you, what did you audition before you went to Idols?
CBZA.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just a talent search competition that was driven by CBZ, one of the banks there in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But the music industry, there was a thriving music industry in the 80s. During the times of Abolena Dembo, even in the 90s, during the time of Abolena Dembo, you know, System Tazwida, Leonard Karikoka Jakata, you know, Abu Somandla and David. There was a thriving music industry at that time.
Correct.
Did it pay a lot? No. I don't think it did, judging from the lifestyles that they lived and, you know, what happened after they passed on. But there was something to hold on to.
Correct.
But as soon as that music company folded and closed its doors, there were a lot of talented people out there who were just stranded, not knowing where to go. Because at least there, you knew that if you had a good product or if you had the talent, then you would get support. But without that, like Abu Japres, respect. I've got mad respect for those people. Every artist that is doing well in Zimbabwe, Minister Michael Mahendere, everybody who is doing well in Zimbabwe in the music scene is a fighter because it's not easy there. You are your own recording company, you are your own distributor, your own marketing, it's so tough. It's so tough. And everywhere you need to place your music, there's fees there.
Of course.
There's fees there. You don't just record and fold your hands and be like, okay, it's going to catch fire. No, you work for it.
Must work.
You work for it.
And the hustle is strong in Zim, eh?
Yeah.
I saw in the towns in Zim, the hustle is strong.
Yeah.
And the dollar.
Yeah.
Things are expensive there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you guys have, like, everything is a dollar.
Yeah.
The dollar up. The bonds.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy tomatoes, but when you want to buy something substantial, it's dollar.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm thinking $1. You don't really do the math in your head.
Yeah.
When I came back home, I realized, I spent too much money.
Yeah.
And I can't say it because my wife will be watching. But spent like you'll spend.
Forgive him, please. Forgive him, please. He didn't know any better.
Yeah.
He'll be better from this point moving forward.
And we cry about load shedding.
Yeah.
That side.
Yeah.
You celebrate when the electricity is back.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Kadoma.
Yeah.
When you get to those areas, at least there's a bit of electricity.
Yeah.
But when I say a bit, they can come when you are sleeping.
Yeah.
If you didn't put your phone on charge, you're in trouble. So we should actually.
You should actually you should really be grateful for some of those
stage 6
for some of those things that you have, some of those privileges that you have in South Africa. And I speak for every South African. I speak to every South African.
Yeah.
You gotta be grateful for what you have because you don't know how tough things are in other countries.
Correct.
And Zimbabwe is not just one country. Like, it's not the only one that is going through that. I have traveled, bruh.
Yeah.
I have seen so many things. I have gone to places like the UK and I've been underwhelmed by some of the things that I found there, the potholes on the roads, you know, like, just be grateful for what you have.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even in Nigeria, generators everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't mean it's right, man.
It's not right. It's not right.
Yeah.
There gotta be a solution. It gotta be fixed at some point.
Fixed.
But will it be done in our lifetime? I don't know. But it gotta be fixed.
Well, at least you are that side now. You don't have to have a stage 6. But moving along, I want us to go to your music.
Yeah.
You know? So, but you had touched on it. The first time you auditioned, you went and auditioned. You became top 5 or something like that. And then you were not happy with yourself. Then you decided to go for Idols.
Yeah.
And then that's where the name MK came from.
Yeah.
Because at Idols, did you pray to God that at least if you can get to top what?
Yeah.
Top 20 or
top
something.
20, I was like, Father, if I can make it to top 20, then you are God.
Yeah.
You are God. I've seen you in my life.
Then you surpassed top 20.
And then it happened. I'm like, huh? Okay. So God, you're really serious. So we are really doing this.
Yeah.
And you know, once that happens, you pray for more.
For more.
Like,
Yes.
Father, okay, you've done top 20. I know I only asked for top 25.
Top 10.
Can I get top 10? And then, top 10. Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can
I
see the
believe.
prize now.
Now you can see the prize. You're like, Father, I want to win now. I want to be greedy. I just want to win now.
And I want to go, I think it was a top 6 level.
Yeah.
When there was a judge, not a judge, MC.
Yeah.
And then when they were introducing people
Yeah.
who are going to the next stage,
Yeah.
how they did you wrong.
Yeah.
Please explain that to people.
Top 6, like idols.
When at Idols, how you were taken out.
I don't remember the
Remember-
Idols one. I remember the CBZA Academy one, the one in Zim. That was a painful one. Let me tell you how that one
Okay.
went. Like I can breathe.
Yeah.
So we're in the top 2.
Yeah.
They've already eliminated everybody else. So
When
it's
you went the
me.
second time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went the first time. I couldn't make it to the top 5 because
Yeah.
top 5 is the ones that got to
Yes.
they got to be taken to the house where they would be groomed and nurtured and
yes.
get free clothes and stuff. So just when I went the following year, I made it to top 5. So I got into the house.
Yes.
I'm stubborn like that.
Yeah.
I don't give up easy. So as we're standing there, the presenter says, MK,
Okay.
please make way as Joseph takes and
my
claims the number 1. I'm like, bloody hell.
So you were sure?
I cried, bruh.
Eh?
I cried. Not even like the cute cry. It's the ugly cry.
Oh, I thought it was Idols, but it was...
It was CBZA Academy. I am so glad there's no clip of that on YouTube because I think it would be the
Biggest
highest, the highest viewed clip of mine. I cried.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried to see my dream crumble because I had seen, you know, when you've seen,
Yeah.
you have seen yourself winning something for the very first time after trying, because I had tried the other time.
Yes.
And that wasn't the only thing I had tried. I had always tried stuff.
Yeah.
You always keep trying, but you're always second best. You're always second best. And then when I didn't win that one, it broke me. I said, I'm not doing this anymore. Then I went to Idols.
Yeah.
Idols was okay. My elimination in Idols was okay. Like it was.
I thought it was an Idols, but it was okay.
No, it was that one.
It was that one.
Yeah.
But still, you still had that fighting spirit. Because me, if they said no, I was gonna. Okay, it means I'm not good enough. But what
You
about?
gotta.
So when you got to Idols, you got to a top 5 or 6?
Top 6. I was eliminated top 6, so I didn't make it to top 5.
To top 5.
Yeah.
But is that where you got money?
So in Idols, what we got is we each got a TV.
TV, cell phone.
We got a cell phone, touchscreen phone, and we got $5,000 US dollars.
Tell us what you did with the 5,000.
$5,000 US dollars. The first thing I did when I went home was I bought a car.
Kushish.
Kusheshe. BMW 316i.
They must know.
I'm like, and I wanted, to be fair, I just wanted a small car because I had hired cars all my professional years.
Yes,
like,
of course, yeah.
They even knew me at Avis Car Rental and all of that. I used to hire cars like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I wanted a tiny car. But then my friends were like, no, for that amount you can get a Kusheshe.
Correct.
Get a Kusheshe. Get a Kusheshe.
I'm Mkhululi Bhebhe.
Yeah, you're Mkhululi Bhebhe, the celebrated artist who has performed in Kenya, because Idols was held in Kenya.
In Kenya, yes.
Yeah.
Nairobi, yes.
Yeah, so I was international. International.
You
How
understand
can
now?
you be international and drive a Mazda 323? No. Not the new 323
Yes,
that you're
the
thinking.
old one.
I'm
I
talking
know the
about
old
the
one.
box one.
Box.
That
Yeah,
one.
I was about to say,
Yeah. Or the Nissan Sentra, the
Yes.
old one.
Yeah.
No. They said, get a Kusheshe. My bra. Should I go deeper? Should I?
Go deeper. Because people, you know, this, your story, is for the young ones who are coming.
So I get the Kusheshe. It's white in color.
Yes.
Beautiful mag rims, beautiful. One thing I didn't anticipate, I remember I paid exactly 4,500 for that car. 500 had been spent, like on other things. You buy your chocolates,
of course.
you buy your drinks.
They must know.
Yeah. 4,500 I bought that car. Little did I know that was the beginning of my problems, because I didn't know. I was used to hiring cars where I just take a car, use it, and
Bring it back.
There's wear and tear on the car. There's tires on the car. There's oil on the car, which can be expensive
Never
if you
mind
don't have money.
when you buy a second-hand car, chances are you're buying somebody else's property.
Yeah. Actually, not even chances are, like 100% you are buying somebody, you are inheriting somebody's problems. They are celebrating at a fee.
Yeah.
If you knew what you now know, you would not have bought that thing.
100%.
So it started falling apart. The cars started falling apart. It would be the bearing, it would be the control arm, it would be what. So in less than no time, a couple of months, the car is on bricks.
Yeah. And because of your decisions, everything you want had to go.
It had to go.
Cell phone had to go.
It had to go. The only thing that remained was the TV, because when I got the TV, I gave it to my mom.
How do you take it?
I said, Mom, this is your TV.
Correct.
But I will not lie and say there was not a time when I was sitting at home and I'm thinking,
This is mine, man.
will she mind? Yes, she will shout. But will she kill me? No, she won't kill me because she loves me. I'm her son. Can I get some money from this TV? Yeah, I can fetch some money.
Yeah.
It did happen.
And the most important thing people, I think even the young up and coming artists don't know is you can go from being a star
to
being nothing.
Oh, my brother, that is the story of my life.
Correct.
So when you talk about selling things, it actually strikes a chord. It strikes a nerve in my heart, because that was a very low point in my life, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
The story of my life, I always try to tell it and skip this particular part, because that is the first time I experienced what they call depression, but I didn't know that it had a name.
It was not diagnosed.
Yeah. I didn't know it was depression, because I really didn't know there was depression. This way, for a lack of a better word, white people,
problems.
diseases, problems. No, not for us, the black children.
Of course.
No. Us, it has to be something tangible. It can't be depression for what? Like, what do you mean? So I lost everything. I had to sell my car to somebody around the corner. I saw my car being driven every day. Many takes. I would see my car passing by, and I would just look down in shame.
The superstar.
Lapa abantu, they know me. MK, the superstar. I get into we call them a combi. Taxi.
Taxi, yeah.
You get in there and people are looking at you and be like, wait a minute, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Oh, I'm like, no. My car is giving me problems.
Temporary setback.
Man, it was tough. It was tough. And it became even more tough because I'm no longer working. Before Idols, I was working, and I quit for Idols.
Correct.
And I'm coming back. I get a kusheshe. Everybody's happy. I'm picking my mom up. She had a shop in Makokoba. I would just rock up there, bring her pie, pick her up. We go home together. I tell her, no, don't go home. I'll pick you up. Now I can no longer do all of those things. She's the one who is now taking from the little she's making to cover my shame. My mom would take out money. God rest that woman. Oh God, I miss her so much. She would take out money and say, You've been home, you've been in bed all week. No. People must not know that you're suffering. Don't do this. No. Take this money. Take this $20. Go. Buy your friends, take 2 friends, buy them a drink and a pie. Be who you are supposed to be.
Correct, yeah.
While we're eating vegetables at home. She would do that.
That's
and
sacrifice.
I ask her, but mom, why are you doing this? She says, no. I know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Do this, go into town, go for rehearsals, buy new socks. Bonagala, umuntu, like, yeah, live. So she saved me from my depression, mama, honestly. She saved me. She didn't say, no, son, you are depressed. I'm doing this because you, But the little things that she would do, she saved me from depression.
Correct.
And going back to what you were saying, you can fall from grace. That is one thing that has a lot of people say Mkhululi is humble, blah, blah. I've read it, I've heard it, I've been told. But I still feel I can do better. But the reason why I'm who I am is because I've been humbled. You can never be humble until you've been humbled. Until your name and your social standing are so far apart. Your status, you have no money, you have no food. Food is a prayer item. You have no bread, but your name is so far up there. When people see you, they are screaming.
Yes.
They are dragging you and they are taking selfies.
But you got nothing.
But you have got nothing. A celebrity without anything. I've been there before. Yeah.
So what I want to ask you now is, what are you doing now so you don't go back there?
So this is what has happened. I will not be able to answer your question without going back a little bit.
100%.
So from there, I came to South Africa to look for a job. I was digging trenches. I was on the side of the road. Even when Tambira Jehovah was playing, Tambira Jehovah, cars would pass by. Ichokwadi, cars would pass by and I would be on the side of the road.
No. This is a joy celebration.
Yeah. These are things that no one would know. These are things that musicians go through and no one knows. You see the Mkhululi who is wearing a shiny suit and a shiny shoe, you don't even know where they got. That shoe was bought for me by my mom Fundis. Even the suit, I had no suit, nothing, no outfit. Recording was coming. You would see others saying, I bought this, and you're thinking,
oh
my goodness, what am I going to wear? I don't have a shoe. My mom Fundis went to China City, got that shoe, China Mall, whatever.
Yeah.
She got that shiny suit on Temperature Jehovah.
That's the grey shiny one.
Yeah, that one. There.
Wait a minute. I thought joy celebration they dress you guys.
No, they do dress us for the choir. Like they do dress the choir.
Oh, for a solo.
But they can't dress you for the solo. Even if I owned the choir, I would not dress. I would not afford it. I mean, who would you be? In all honesty.
Oh, you'd be little London kids.
No, you can't. Dress everybody.
No, but I get it.
Nah.
So, all solos you dress yourself?
Yes. I didn't have a thing to wear.
Wow.
Yeah. So Tambira is playing.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my woolen hat and my blue overall, like the two-piece
Digging
one
trenches.
with the reflectors. I'm digging trenches there. I'm like, my song. My song. We laugh with the guys and we carry on with life.
Wow. So, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's one thing you didn't know?
That's one thing I did not know.
Yeah.
Because I knew that when you left Zim, it was tough times. So I thought maybe when you came to...
Oh, no. Oh, things got far much worse when I got to South Africa. No. It's not like I came to South Africa and lived the dream happily ever after. No. Things got bad. Things got really, really, really bad. I didn't have money. I didn't have all of those things. But, with support from the pastor, the pastor's wife, and everybody, they just rehabilitated me bit by bit. They helped, even when I didn't have food, they took care of me in their house, but I moved out at a certain point.
Correct.
But even if I didn't have house, I would always pick up the phone and say, Ma, hey, Gaylash, I don't have.
But didn't Joyous Celebration pay you?
They did. But remember, Joyous would pay us per gig.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like a monthly stipend.
It wasn't. And there are months where there would be concerts, and then maybe it's cancelled or something like that.
Yes.
And that's before you are a solo artist, before the private bookings come in. Because, in all honesty, private bookings are where the bulk of the money comes from.
in. So now let's take it back a bit.
Yeah.
Who recruited you from Joyous Celebration?
It's so it was through my pastor's wife, the one I'm talking about. She overheard Ubabu Lindelani Mkhize saying they were looking for something different because she used to work at Kaya FM. So Kaya FM was a media partner to Joyous.
Yes.
So it was during the days when Uche, my God is good, was still very hot. So they were looking for something along those lines. They just tapped into the African market. So my mom Fundisi says, no, I've got a boy, man, in church. He's there. He's a good boy, You should hear her narrate this. She's like, I told him he's a good boy, Hashem, he sings. And then Babu Mkhize, apparently the thing that really concerned him was, how is his work ethic? We do understand, because talent is everywhere. But how is his work ethic? Is he somebody who would be able to blend into a choir and coexist and live in harmony with everybody else? She said, that one I can trust with my life. So that is how Lindelani Mkhize then got hold of footage from church. Because he asked Mam Fundisi for footage from church. Then they called me and gave me the job.
Oh, so you didn't audition, you just came there. And your first song you did there?
Tampira Jehovah.
Okay. I got hold... I heard it, but what was the second song?
Ichokwadi,
that's the song that... Ichokwadi.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, there's something here. So I knew when a Joyous comes out, I must look now for a Shona song. I've always been interested in languages. I was like, okay, I wonder what he's saying. But the nice thing is, who came up with the idea that you need to translate it at the end?
So, I am obviously not Shona. I am Debele. And I was singing together with Zulus and Xhosas and Sutus and Pedis. So they had no understanding of what the song meant.
Of course.
So I just thought, okay, let me just try to translate the song as literally as I can possibly do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I translate. It was just a direct translation. Just like with all the songs I did with Joyous, there is that direct translation, whether it's in a chorus or it's in a bridge or it's in a verse.
Did Ngubego had to help you? The wedding had to be...
Oh, yeah. Musical directors like Ngubego, even Usia Ngoba in his own right, not to downplay everything that Ngubego did, but Ngubego, we only did Joyous 15 and 16 with him. 17 was Usi.
That's when he took over.
Yes, that's when he took over. So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 5 projects that Usia also did. So the musical director played a crucial role in arranging music from him so that it's palatable to the South African market.
But do you know which was my favorite song on Joyous you did? Now it ran away. No, not that one, man. We were Sourthen.
Oh, Namata.
Then when it goes into the oh my, I'm telling you, when it gets there, that song is for me. Where there's artists from Zimbabwe, but that song, I don't know, man. It
was a well arranged.
Yeah, it was a well arranged. That's
song.
Another thing. So because I feel like I understand a bit of music, so when it gets to, I'm like, oh, this song was well done. Like, and at that time, you were in your skin much.
Yeah.
The confidence was high.
Yeah.
I could just see you.
Yeah.
You were confident much. You know what you were doing much.
Yeah.
No one can.
Oh, believe it or not, I didn't, but I
know, but at that time,
I fooled a lot of you, but yeah.
When you came out on the stage, then the posture, you can see it's okay.
But let me tell you where the posture came from, if I may just interject.
Yep.
When I did the first song, I was very timid.
Mm.
And I come from a very timid background, even when you look at my videos from idols and stuff like that. I was very timid, very reserved.
Correct.
I was always unsure of myself, and it's because of so many factors. The fact that one of my legs is shorter than the other, you know, like
Really?
I was teased at school and stuff like that. So I became very timid, you know. Whenever there's a group of people, I'm always timid because I'm not overly confident. High school, I tried to overcompensate. I became everybody's enemy. I was a prefect, punishing everybody, you know, trying to dominate.
Correct.
You know, but all of that doesn't help. So when the thing that gave me confidence to come out and do the stuff that I would do on stage is because I got to a point where I was like, regardless of whether people celebrate me or not, this is ministry.
Of course.
And at the end of the day, I'll be judged according to how I delivered the purity of my heart as I stood on that altar. I stopped treating the stage as a stage, but an altar of praise.
Oh, wow.
That's why I would do things that I'm ashamed of. When I watch those videos of Tambira Jehovah rolling on the floor on a suit, I'm embarrassed because that was not me.
Yeah.
I was in an atmosphere of praise and worship.
Oh.
I didn't understand what was going on because I would just get an urge to do something. When I get off the stage, I'm like, what did I just do? But God started using me mightily.
Oh, wow. You came up with all those choreographs?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
There's a way you dress like a soldier.
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they in war, eh? I look at that, man.
Yes.
The confidence. That's
I'm
where
like, Father, even if no one claps, it's okay.
you'll still dance.
I mean, I will still give you a joyful dance. Even if these ones do not dance, somebody in Kenya will dance.
Will dance.
This is for somebody.
Ne?
Because God will never lie to you.
Correct.
What He tells you to do, there's a market for it.
Ne?
Your people may not appreciate you when you do it,
Yeah.
but there will be a people who will appreciate.
Yeah.
Go to South America, in Suriname.
Yeah.
They sing Tambira Jehovah, the song that was not popular that much in South Africa. Go to West Africa. It's my last song on stage.
Yes.
Because it's what everybody wants. Tambira Jehovah, that song. They sing it word for word.
Wow.
But here in Africa, it was Ichokwadi. In South Africa, it was Ichokwadi. Yeah?
Yes.
When I sing Tambira Jehovah, they're like, okay, here we go again.
Yeah.
But there are countries where God has prepared a market for that song.
Sure.
So with all my music, different songs appeal to different countries. No matter the song that is your favorite.
Yes.
It was number one, I don't know for how many months in Suriname.
Really?
South America. Near Brazil. They don't speak English, they speak Dutch. They don't speak English, Shona or Ndebele, they speak Sran and Tongo in their local languages there.
But they know your song.
But they know that song. It was number one for months and months.
But rest assured, even Jesus healed headaches in his town. But
Amen.
He raised people from the dead.
Amen.
So you're not far off.
Amen.
So how was the conversation? Pela, you were a household name. People knew that, okay, it's not a joyous show until Mkhululi comes on stage. Ne?
Humbling.
Then you need to say, Pela, I'm leaving now.
The thing about, I'll be as honest as I can, bro. The thing about Joyous Celebration is that it's a comfortable space.
It is.
Everybody has their own perception of what it should be or what it is. But coming from there, I was part of Joyous Celebration for 10 years, a decade of my life. the prime years of my career, I faced them. Well, I think I'm living my prime years now. But like when my career started kicking off, I was inside Joyous Celebration. It's a comfort zone.
It is.
And
also you start getting bookings.
You start getting bookings from, and also when you complement them with what you are getting there, you live a very comfortable lifestyle.
Correct.
So you are thinking to yourself, if I leave this comfort zone, I am forsaking a guaranteed income.
Yeah, you're forfeiting it.
Of course, we will always want more money. More money is more money.
Yes.
But that is a guaranteed income, no matter how much it is. It's a guaranteed.
Free publicity.
Free publicity. I sing a song, I just show up, and those guys market the song.
Correct.
I become popular, and I get bookings all over the world. So leaving that space was a tough thing. But I started wanting to leave Joyous a long time ago, way before I even left.
Really?
Yeah. But Ubaba Mkhize would say, you're not ready. And he would not just say that and end it there. He would say it and ask me a question, which was very difficult to answer. He would be like, okay, so you're leaving, and then what? So what are you going to do? What's the plan? No, I want to record my own album. And he says, yeah. And then what's the plan? You've recorded the album, you've spent so much money, you've recorded. What's the plan? Because there's marketing involved. You can't just record a project. There's many people with beautiful projects in their cupboards and wardrobes.
A lot.
But there's nothing to do with them unless there's a strong marketing plan.
Correct.
So it was tough. But when the time came after the Joyous Celebration 21 recording in Dallas, Texas, I just said my goodbyes nicely, and they gave me a blessing, and I left.
Really?
Without anything bad.
Yeah.
I was ministering with them in Tanzania last year, September. They called me to minister with them. They called me to minister with them in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It was the first time Joyous went there. They called me there. It goes to show, when you leave a place, you leave a sweet spirit. Yeah.
Ooh.
And it's a
say that
sweet
again?
spirit. Yeah, when you leave a place, you leave a sweet spirit. You don't leave a grieving spirit everywhere you go.
Nah.
Every church I've gone to minister to, the reason why the fame just keeps rising, it's the same people that keep booking me over and over.
Correct.
Until other people are like, why is that pastor continuing to book Mkhululi? I want him also in my church. I built that relationship, and they book me over and over and over.
Yeah.
So when you build that network, you begin to be fully booked. That's how you become fully booked, by leaving a sweet spirit where you go.
Sweet spirit where you go.
Yes.
Wow. I've listened. And it's just that I can't say it here. In our Tswana language,
Very.
that's Tswana Barusanyela Budiba. So where you sit is
Yeah. In English, I will translate that in English. You should not.
Don't leave it. So now,
Let's just say, don't burn bridges.
don't burn bridges.
Don't burn bridges, eh?
Live nicely. So anyway, so now let's move to your solo career.
Yeah.
Solo career, you decided you're gonna record your album.
Yeah.
Then you got Sia.
Yeah.
Brilliant producer.
Yeah.
That man.
Yeah.
Brilliant producer.
Yeah.
Sia, wherever you are.
Yeah.
And then I was listening to your songs, you know, and the band that was playing there.
Yeah.
There's a song that Sabu plays. Forgot the name of the song, and I heard it, and I'm like, you couldn't have gotten a better band to play for you to interpret your music.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm telling you, for your music, then I know there's music critics, and I've listened to your album, man. The bassist of Kubegani.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Usabu did the justice to your to your music.
Yeah.
And Usia, I mean, obviously. So it was done, and at that point you had a plan now, would you? Was your plan international?
It's a good question, eh? I thought I had a plan.
Yeah.
But you know, because life is so progressive, we learn as we go. Sometimes you think you have it figured out, and then you take a couple of steps, you look back, you're like, nah, I didn't have anything figured out. So I recorded that album. Number one, I under budgeted a lot.
Of course.
I under budgeted a lot based on hearsay from people who had done projects. Because I did my research. You know, you think you're doing due diligence.
Yeah.
You find out from this person, okay, how much did it cost you to do this? How much did lighting cost you? How much did sound cost you? They're like, no, 200,000. You're okay.
You're sorted.
As long as you've got 200,000, you're okay. I'm like, oh, 200,000. I looked at my coffers and I'm like, okay, I've got about 350,000. So it means I'm ready. I'm ready. I even have a surplus of 150. What am I going to do with so much money?
Exactly.
My brother, 300,000 is nothing
Nothing.
when it comes to a recording. That recording that people see without LED screens, which I couldn't afford because they were $100,000 rand. Sorry, I'm speaking in dollars. That's what I'm used to now.
That's what he's used to now. Hey.
No, not even out of a cocky place, but like I'm just used to.
People are talking dollars here, but yeah.
So it would have added 100,000 rand on top of the budget that I didn't have already.
Correct.
So I cut out the LED screens, but still my recording came to more than 500,000.
Really?
Yep. 500,000. And I faced struggles with that recording, my brother. Things that I was not told about.
Yeah.
Ay.
Like what? Please tell me.
Ay. The band, I knew what I wanted, and I knew I could afford what I wanted. I knew if there's any place to compromise on, it will not be on the band.
Okay.
So that was on lockdown. That was like your 100K gone band. Because there's rehearsals that you don't anticipate,
and rehearsal fees.
where there's rehearsal fees, there's food, there's rehearsal space. You don't anticipate all those things. That took its own chunk of money. I did get favors from here and there. Siyangoba really pulled in favors and stuff. But
Just to catch you, that you know everyone says the same about Siyangoba.
yeah.
He says when he's invested in your project.
Yeah. Or Sia will even use his own money. Sia will even, I will tell you one thing. Do you know I paid Siyangoba last?
Really?
My music director. Because he would be like, Eish, I think we need to pay this one now. I think we need to pay this one for the project to be successful. Because it's not even a matter of anybody loving money. But for a project to be successful, everybody has to be paid and happy.
100%.
Because when you approach them, there's a figure you agreed on. So now pay so that the person is able to deliver what you agreed on. Simple as all that. There's no hard feelings in business. It's all business. It can be upsetting at the time. You're like, no, this one I've worked this journey with him. But now he wants his money up front. No. You approach the person. They are not the ones who came to you. You approach them because, and they told you that, hey, I'm expensive. But you said, I want you. And they gave you a discount. Pay up. Yes. Pay up and move on with life. Stop memorying. Pay up and move on with life. So that was on lockdown. It was okay. But there's a lot of other things. Like one thing, I will spare you all the details, all the dramas and stuff, because drama always happens with every project. So there's always drama. There's always drama. So-and-so is walking out, blah, blah, blah. So-and-so is not coming through. So-and-so doesn't want to come for the recording anymore. It all happens. If you're going to record, fellow artists, know that is what to expect.
Yes, prepare your heart.
Prepare your heart, prepare yourself, but most importantly, prepare your money so that if anything goes wrong, you've got a contingency.
Correct.
Post-production. That is where I first faced my biggest challenge. And that is where I feel a lot of artists are not knowledgeable. Because everyone will tell you about the best cameras to use, the best lighting to use, the best stage to build, LED screens, everything, microphones, they will go down to the T. but they will not tell you about post-production, which will consume half of your budget.
Correct.
So from the budget, I'm talking about like 500,000, close to 600,000, if not more. Half went into post.
Of course.
Because you need to call in the same team that you recorded with to come and fix the mess that they made.
Come and fix your mistakes.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. But honestly, that is we joke about it, but that if you look at it and dissect it, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
Because had it been perfect at the recording, we just take and mix it.
Not DVDs perfect. You record and then post, then you just fix here and there. There are DVDs where you have to start afresh. The lady that was here before you came, she had to start everything afresh actually. But it has to be done, you know.
Mine, I was glad because all the instruments were captured well. All the voices were captured well. Even the ones that were not usable, they were caught well. So everything was caught well.
So there's people on your DVD that you had to mute it. It don't work.
Well, we had to do post-production because with excitement, it happens with everybody. Even big groups do it. In the heat of the moment, somebody forgets to sing.
Yes.
Like the whole phrase, they are not singing. They only come, Jehovah. And you can't use that.
You can't, 100%.
They need to come back and sing. Not because they can't sing, because you hired them because they can't sing.
Correct.
But in the heat of the moment, a lot of things happen, you know. It's only the lead vocalist who cannot not sing anything. You have to sing every line, even if mau bimba, you have to bimba but ukuli. So that post-production, they can match.
Oh my word.
But post-production was tough. The biggest challenge. Audio was beautiful. It was done by Job Taco. Job is very brilliant. He gave me a very discounted rate because of Sia as well. Sia's rate, I knew his rates, and he gave me a discount, and he just mixed my project in a way that, like, it's an envy of many artists. They're like, where did you mix your project?
No, Job
he did a great job. And Job listens, and he accommodates. Like, I would tell him, no, Job, I'm not happy. I can't hear the backing vocalist. I think the lead microphone, ingati iphezulu kakhulu, maybe. Job would take you through the process, send you a sample, bounce the mix, send it to you, and you give him notes. He fixes, bounces it again, sends it to you. I don't know how many times we did that. But he still did it. Video. My video. I will not delve much into it, but I suffered because of that video. Video that I paid 100,000 rand for. Video production. To cut the long story short, I ended up getting my project through, like I had to go via, negotiate. When I fully paid,
oh my word,
there was a middleman that I fully paid. And he was chasing me through and through. I fully paid.
Oh my word.
After I had fully paid, where is the project? The project is not there because the actual service provider has not been fully paid.
Oh my goodness. So you went via somebody, ne?
I had to go to the service provider directly, and they were like, hey, we see you have suffered because I suffered for more than a year without my project.
I remember.
For more than a year. After paying everything. So what do you do when you've paid everything? Because I paid.
Correct.
I've got the receipts. They're there, like I paid. Did it take a while to pay? Yes, it did take a couple of months, but as per agreement, I paid. Because when the time came, when you agree with somebody, I'm going to be giving you 20,000 rand every month, and you're honoring that, and you're paying. Once you're finished, once you're done paying, get the project. Once you've paid. Because it's not like you are picking money from the tree.
Who's this guy you paid?
No. I will not even go there. I will not even go there.
Okay.
So, the point of the matter is, even after getting the project, most of the songs had to be edited. The video had to be edited in Tanzania because at the time I had no money to pay anyone. But there's a guy I met in Tanzania when I went to minister there. He says, no, I'm a graphics person. So we started talking. He became a brother. His name is Freddy Stefano. The guy edited my videos for free.
Really?
All the videos you see on YouTube, he just took a template of the work that had been done by the previous person, who had done a great job. Like I'm talking about a brilliant person. People I hired for my project are brilliant people. But he just could not fulfill. Yeah, you're one of them as well.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That lighting was good, man. That lighting, that lighting was on point, man.
Last minute.
Last minute. It seemed as if we had done dress rehearsals and everything. Nothing.
Sure.
The guy set up and he just fired.
Yeah.
And it was perfect. You watch my DVD up to today on One Gospel. The lighting and the video on that DVD, it can be compared to newer projects now, and it was done 5 years ago.
Guys, you heard it from the man himself.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. I'm humbled.
So that is how the story of my DVD went. So it was a struggle. It was a lot of struggles. Some that I could have avoided, but some that I couldn't really have
100%.
anticipated at all.
And
but God is good.
100%. God is all the time, and people don't know that the tears that go into a project, especially when you're alone.
Yeah.
The tears that go into a project is, wow. Like we had an artist here.
Yeah.
They, at least when you say things were recorded well, nothing. Oh my goodness.
Nothing.
Yeah, some people say, we forgot to press record. Like, there's stories out there. But I'm glad it came out. And my favorite song.
Dear you Jesus.
So here's a funny story I want to tell you about that song. I used to love that song. Drive, listen to it. Sing. I love this song. What does it say? Until one day I let it play.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, come on now. So I love that song.
Goodness.
That song, it's on my iTunes playlist.
Wow.
Even today, it feels new. I think that song, Utandazile, before that song,
That song. That song is not my own composition. It's a song that had been sung in Zimbabwe for many years, like especially in the 90s. So that song, it's all that kept ringing in my mind every time I went through hardships, being a Ndebele boy. But that song would always ring. It would always ring. It would always ring, the words, the lyrical content. Because at that time, especially when you are engaging into, or like when you're diving into a big project, that's when you see how alone you are.
Of course.
Because you'll call a man of God from that church that you went and sang at for free so many times. And you're like, hey, man of God, can I just come and talk about my concert? Maybe the congregants can buy tickets and come and support. He's like, no, I need to speak to my spiritual father first because, hey, with these things, our program is really packed. It's really packed. Our Sundays are really, it's really tough, but I'll get back to you. They're like, okay, but you didn't. Every time you have asked me to come,
I was there.
There was no formality. I came and sang my heart out. I danced. I even danced with my bum on the floor, until my trousers got ripped.
Yeah.
And now, I'm not asking for money. I'm just asking for a platform. That same platform that you always call me to come to.
Yes.
That's when you realize that you are alone.
You are alone.
So that song says, I have found him who is closer than a brother, who is my closest and dearest friend.
100%.
When others have gone, he remains. He is the one. When others could not have died for me, he died for me at the cross. What manner of love, what greater love than this? So that song, it had a special place in my heart. That's why I decided to cover that song and translate it to Sesotho.
Wow.
Yes.
I love I love that song.
Yeah.
Like that song, oh my word.
Amen.
Wow. So you my goodness. Wow. Wow. So now talking about pastors,
Yeah.
what's your relationship with pastors? Knowing what you know, after what you know, when you know.
No one is perfect.
100%.
I'm sounding like a diplomat now.
No, of course.
No
Of
one,
course.
no one is perfect. We all fall short in our own ways. But what I do now as a self-preservation mechanism, a defense mechanism, is that I only go where I'm celebrated and I only give where I am led to give. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You give where you are led to give.
Yeah, because people will call you and say, no, come and sow a seed. Come and sing for free. And you'll go and sing for free, but when it's payback time, so what happened to the seed? Should it germinate somewhere else? Because God does wonders. God can cause the seed to germinate somewhere else.
Correct.
But come on. So now I have kept the circle really tight. Yeah. I've kept the circle really tight. You don't just go around calling everybody, my father, I don't do that anymore.
Ne?
I am in self-preservation mode. The Lord is working on me and it's allowed.
Ne?
Anyone watching this and thinking, he has fallen now. No, it's okay if you think I've fallen, but it's allowed to step back, reassess, and continue with life.
Wow.
Yeah.
True. Wow. So now tell me, what are you working on now? Is there new music? Because that album is what?
5 years.
5 years ago.
I thought about it. Another thing that people didn't know about me is that I took a contract, I took a job on a cruise ship. I've been working on a cruise ship for the past 6 months, which has been an eye-opener. It really, I don't want to lie, it feels good to receive a payment when the time comes without a story. Without a story, without no issue. We had to, because the congregation here, they didn't give, but there was another one where the problem, so we had to take from the honorarium. I know we had agreed on a certain amount, but we can't now. But it's coming, man of God. I'm still waiting for I'm waiting. 10 years later, I'm waiting for a balance that was supposed to be paid. So it feels good to be given your salary on time. You budget.
Ne?
As a family man,
Ooh, very important.
you take care of your family.
So what do you do on a cruise ship?
I am what they call a pot shopping expert, something totally different from music.
I thought you sang on the cruise ships.
I do not sing on the cruise ship.
Okay, what is it? What do you do?
I'm a pot shopping expert, so it's all to do with shopping, We are the people who encourage guests to buy. We tell the guest more about the product that they want to buy. It's something totally different. Totally different.
But don't you miss? Because
I will always miss singing because it's my first love. But what's the point?
Hey.
Because music wants the money that I make from out there in order to invest into it. There's a lot of people, I remember there's people, even messages on Facebook or stuff like that, or comments on certain posts. Somebody says, charlatans, you're after money, not knowing that I've actually spent more on my music than I have actually received.
Hey.
That project that people enjoy for free, I have not broken even up to today. That $500,000 project, I have not broke even up to today. If I can say I've made half of the money that I spent back, I would be lying. I have not. So now, I'm supposed to continue dishing out projects. It needs money.
It's a calling.
So I'm going to make money first.
Yeah.
Take care of the family, because my family is also my calling as
Very
well.
important. Very important.
Take care of the family, and then from the surplus, I will then record another DVD.
But I'm sure you still travel and still sing in different areas.
If I can, because when I'm at work, it's 6 months on board. I can't.
And where's your family at this time?
They're in the UK.
They're in the UK.
Yes.
You know, when you get to a certain age,
Yeah.
men are not supposed to stay a long period of time
Without their wives.
without
That's true.
doing certain things.
That's true.
So how do you manage?
As long as you know the goal.
Ne?
It depends on the trust that you have with your spouse. For me and my wife, we've been together for a very long time. We've been together for a very long time.
Is she from Zim?
Yes. We've gone through a lot together, and we have emerged victorious together. As long as none of you loses sight of the goal, then you're okay.
Is there a time period you're going to do this cruise ship thing? Or?
And besides, I've been away from family like all my career.
No, of
ever
course.
since
No, of course.
I go for 2 months, I go for 1 month. It's only that this time I'm going for 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
But it all feels the same, because we call, we video call, we talk 5 times a day. It's like we're together.
Ne?
Yeah.
Because I can imagine your kids. I mean,
Yeah.
hey man,
Yeah.
hey man.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but,
hard.
But when you come back from home, drink moringa
To cleanse the system.
to cleanse the system.
So that they can be happy.
You must-
My brother, this is an adult-only channel, right?
Of course.
I will tell you the truth. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. When you come back from the ship,
Fire.
you don't need moringa.
How's
Yeah. You are firing on all 4. Actually, it's 6V. You don't need any of that.
anything? You are turbocharged.
Table. Table charge. 1 kickstart.
Ne.
One time.
Churustat works
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
Know what churustat is?
What?
Churustat.
What's churustat? Push
Like
that.
push that.
Yeah. No, just one kick. Then all systems are placed.
Press a button.
Yeah.
The new car.
Yeah, new cars is like.
Done. No, my brother, I'm glad that you and your family are well.
Yeah.
You said something very important.
Yeah.
Your job as a husband
Yeah.
is also ministry, and
Yeah.
a lot of husbands and fathers out there,
Yeah.
they tend to forget.
Yeah.
That's your first ministry.
Yeah.
Very important that you look after it, ne? Not just financially, even the other.
Even the other one, yes.
Very important.
It's very, very important. Like,
Balegi.
even the heavens rejoice. Yeah.
The same Bible says, a man that does not look after his household
Yeah.
has forgotten his faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So as men, I encourage men, you need to really go out
It's
there
our first calling. You need to
and
take
look
care of
after
the
your
family.
family.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Mr. Mkhululi Bhebhe, thank you very much. This was worth the wait. But before you go,
Yeah.
I need you to answer me on this.
Yeah.
With 2 last questions and then you can
Okay. He's been concluding for the past 30 minutes.
No, but for the last 30 minutes, I'm like,
Okay.
no, I can't leave this man. He's going overseas.
Yeah.
So the first question I want to ask you is, what would you like to see change in the gospel music industry?
There's a lot. There's a lot. You know, my mind is my biggest downfall, because I think of an answer and then I stomp it down,
Yeah.
and I reset, I refire, I think
What
again.
that initial thought?
Yeah. I've never been good at saying things as they appear in my mind, but I'll try.
Yeah.
There's many things that I would really love for them to change in the music industry. The remuneration, the stability, financial stability in the music industry, Shem. a lot of our peers are dying as paupers.
With beautiful music out there.
Beautiful music. People who entertain us. People who uplift our spirits, uplift our souls. We wake up to their music. We dance to their music. Our careers, our own inspiration is drawn from their music. But they die as paupers. I think we just need to do better.
It's an injustice, man.
We just need to do better. We need to do better as human beings. If you're going to say, I support you, because there's a lot of people who support us, but the support is not tangible. It's in words. It's lip service. It's keyboard service or keypad service. There's a lot of people. If we went by the support we have, the verbal support, we would be millionaires.
Exactly. Whew. So people must.
But they don't. People do not support where it counts. When you tell me that I support you, when you come to my Facebook and click like, yes, you're supporting.
Come to the show, pay.
Come to the show and pay. Buy the music.
Yeah.
Stream the music. That is support. That is what brings food to my table. That is the support that matters. Because I've got children to feed, I've got bills to pay, I've got the landlord wants his money in a month end.
You don't pay.
So how can I be free to minister to you when I'm in so much debt, when I don't have anything to eat, when I spend most of my time praying for food?
Food is a prayer item.
So I wish the music industry would change in such a way. You see, and it's possible. Look at countries like the USA. If somebody is celebrated there, you won't even see, they won't have to tell you that, no, people love me. No.
You see it.
You see it from the car that they drive, from the lifestyle that they live. You see it.
Wow.
So I wish the support could be more tangible. And this is not to downplay the support that is coming from that few that buy our music. Because it's few of them. Because when somebody buys your CD, they think everybody else has bought because everybody apparently feels the same way they feel about your project. Whereas no. People are busy transferring our music via WhatsApp and share it and everything. Music that we spend hundreds of thousands on. We're still reeling in debt. Well, I don't have debt because of the project. I've paid my debts, but I'm speaking as an artist. You know? So I wish that could change, honestly.
Speaking as an artist who earns in dollars now. So, So the last question I have for you is, I've heard this part.
Another thing. I wish we could love each other as artists. Continue.
Please say it louder on that.
Yeah, I wish we can love each other as artists. When somebody sees, do you want to see something? I want to tell you something that I've learned. I know I will lose support over this one. When you post about your sufferings on Facebook, you will get a lot of your peers coming. Oh, Puti.
Why don't you talk
my
to me?
brother. Oh, I'm always available, my brother. Oh, no, we are together. Minister, blah, blah, blah. They will comment. You will get 3,500 comments. You'll get 10,000 likes. But post about a concert.
What is it?
Silence of the lambs. You hear crickets. Can't hear anything. So you can't tell me that you love me when you don't love me where it matters the most.
100%.
Yeah. Wow. So as I say this, I'm also speaking to myself.
Yeah.
When you see your peer in the industry posting about something where you are an artist, they need your support.
Correct.
If there was ever a time to put your comment or your like or your endorsement,
Correct.
and it mattered, it's this time here.
Correct.
But you choose to put it where it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Which begs the question, are we enjoying each other's sufferings more than we are enjoying each other's triumphs and victories.
Are we actually brothers and sisters?
Because you ask your question, if you're going to get 10,000 likes on a post where you are mourning and suffering, you're groaning, you are hungry, you get 10,000. But on a post where, even just a simple post, wow, I thank God for this breakthrough, I'm ministering for the first time with Pastor Donnie McClurkin. Actually, if you say that, there's another thing, another third dimension. They will come and they will comment, so proud of you, my brother. But that comment is not for you. It's for Donnie McClurkin to see. To be like, who is this?
Who is this?
Okay, let me listen to their music. Okay, next time I will book them, not this guy.
Oh.
Also, Singolile, we just need a renewing of the mind as artists, honestly. And it all begins with love. If only we can love each other. And I can say all of this because I don't depend on music for income anymore. I'm so happy about that. I can say it without any reservation.
Sure.
Just love one another.
You know, what you said reminds me of a quote that the reason the world is in such disarray is because we are supposed to use things and love people.
Yeah.
But now, we love things.
Yeah, and use
self-glory. Love all those things, and we use people. And it's sad, man. Look, it's sad.
I'm sorry I deviated. You were coming to the last question. I just had to say that.
No, but that's what you're saying is so important.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of the podcast. I'll have people I know telling me that, no, man, I saw your post on the podcast from other people and I realized, no, I must tell you that, no, it's doing well.
Why should it have to be like that? Why can't you be the one to post it? Be the one to make me popular. Don't come and tell me of the popularity, the generic popularity that God has done through his own means while you are there as my friend. You say you love me and you support me, but you have not even shared news about my podcast. But it's okay, don't share news, but don't come talk to me about it. But when you come to me, it's like you're trying to find validation for what you did not do. You want me to say thank you? For what have you done for me?
Go deeper, man. But anyway, no. Let's close this one. Wow, the arts, ne? The last one. We've had the hardship.
Yeah.
I want to know, if Mkhululi Bhebhe was not alive, what would the Christian space miss out on?
It's so difficult to answer this question without sounding self-aware and
but you have to be self-aware
and pompous, and because with humility they teach us it should be less of you and more of other people. But I will tell you something, Mina. I love God with all of my heart. I love what I do with all of my heart. I didn't just wake up one day and decide, I've got a voice, I'll sing. It's a calling. And my music, as far as testimonies I've heard, brings joy to people. There's a testimony from a person, my English bundle is running out. We've spoken for too long. There's an email from a person from Sierra Leone or Senegal. Just when I was about to give up, because there's been many moments. Even here, like while people are celebrating, there's been moments where I've been like, no, I'm leaving this thing. Somebody says, I was on the brink of suicide. But then your song came on TV. Like I was on the brink, I was ready. But then I just started dancing. I found myself dancing. I don't understand the lyrics, but I'm dancing. And this has been confirmed by many servants of God. They say I carry a spirit of joy.
You do. I can confirm.
Joy. Like they say we can't really put a finger on what it is. It's not in what you say. It's not in what you do. But when you arrive, there is joy in the atmosphere. So if Mkhululi Bhebhe was not born, you would miss out on that aspect.
God-given joy.
that God-given joy, the kind of joy that transcends language. You don't know, you've said it, you didn't even know what the song meant, but you listened to it and it spoke to you. Only God is able to speak to you through a song whose language you don't even understand, in a way you don't understand, but you know you've been spoken to.
You see, now you want me to testify. So this song, when I really listened to it, I was going to Mamelodi to a chillers. I stopped at a bottle store. I was listening to this song. You know, in reverse. So I felt like crying. I'm listening to this song. Look at the bottle store.
I'm sorry.
I thought I was gonna say this part, but Mkhululi Bhebhe, I don't know how to thank you, man. I admire the sacrifice. You are in South Africa for a short time. You found it important. You could have given me stories, but you are here. But before you go, we've got gifts for you.
Oh wow!
And
is it a cup?
Yeah?
What is it? Okay, I love gifts.
No, why not keys?
Oh, I love keys as well. Oh, car keys. Ah! Yes, Papa.
You can't take it that side.
I can't.
It was a kusheshi.
Unfortunately. A kusheshi I don't even want to hear. But I'll send you a picture when I get there of what I'm driving that side. You will laugh.
I want to see.
You will laugh. It will make sense.
So, this one is for you. But there's another gift for your wife. But I want you, when you get there, this is for you. This is from the podcast to you to appreciate and show that it's called Hot and Cold. Please use it on cruise ship.
I will use it on the
So when you put cold things, they stay cold for long. When you use hot things, they stay hot for long. Please use
so something like this we sell there. I'm so good at selling things now. I could sell you ice in winter.
Sell your music.
I'm learning so that I can come and sell the music.
So this is a gift from Little. You see, the podcast is young, but it's got a sponsor. It's called Little Tolaka on Instagram. So they do body butters. So before you go there with your churu start and your easy start, she starts here, bath bombs, she relaxes. This is gonna bring you joy. So my brother, this is from us to your wife.
Thank you.
And we want proof
that
when you check in that side and say, "Little, it arrived intact."
Oh my goodness, she will really be grateful.
Yeah, so this is for her. There's a shower gel in there, ne? The shower gel.
Wow,
nezolo.
Babe, this is ours.
No, you can share it. 100%.
And it smells nice already.
Of course.
We're gonna have fun, eh?
That's what we wanna do. So
thank you.
Thank you very much for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been such a beautiful episode. I enjoyed this brother of mine all the way from the UK, but originally from Zimbabwe. Until next time, Akhoto Ibelilona.